Today's word is togetherness. Yes. Repeat after me. Togetherness. That's today's word. I read somewhere where it says that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, then you should go together. Togetherness is important. Unity is strength. When you look at teamwork, as they say, teamwork makes the dream work. And that is so true. Teamwork is so important, whether it is for a relationship, for a specific reason, trying to get something through. When we work together, we are so much stronger. You know, when you find a couple, or parents who are on the same page and they're working for the same cause, then the sky is the limit. I don't know what has happened to us, but we seem to have developed something called meanness. And I first heard that word when I was listening to In the Meantime radio show, right? It's a very good show. It's done by Curlyloxx, the voice box, who is a Jamaican entertainer and one half of Twins of Twins. You should go over there and you should listen to his show sometimes. He speaks a lot of facts. I'm going to leave a link down in the description below so that if you want to check out that radio show sometime, you should. But when I heard him say that word meanness, it came back to me because I've always been thinking that why is it that as humans we tend to be so selfish? We like to talk about independence, but the truth is, let's really talk about this. Is anyone really independent? Because no one is an island. We cannot survive by ourselves. Don't let anyone fool you. Every successful person has someone who has been behind them. They have a team behind them, whether it be family or someone who saw something great in them and decide to work with them, decide to support them. But the fact of the matter is that no one can survive on their own. Let's think about it. Look at a billionaire. You think a billionaire or a millionaire have everything that they need, right? They may have a lot of money, but they still have to rely on others for their needs. They need a house to live in, even if it's a fancy house. They want fancy cars. They are going to need doctors and nurses to look after them. They are going to need someone to clean their house. And you get the picture of where I'm going. It's the same thing with humans. No job is higher than the other. So the man who cleans the street, the person who picks up your garbage, as smelly as it is, someone has to do it, right? And so that's the whole thing. We all are interdependent on each other. The teacher who teaches your kids. No company can operate on its own. I read somewhere online where this particular company, they didn't call the name, but this particular company, I think this worker was basically venting online because his boss said he was replaceable. So what he did, he went out and he started his own business, the same business, I guess. And then he took away workers from the other company. And that's what happens when people don't appreciate, what you do. Because that company obviously didn't realize maybe how important, their worker was. Sometimes you're working in a company and you're doing 5-6 persons job, which is what happened with this particular person who they worked their way up through the company, and they were doing so much that obviously their boss took them for granted. But that's just it. We are all interdependent. Therefore, instead of us being so mean, why not let's work together? Be kind to someone. You never know what someone is going through. Do not think that you're better than someone just because you have more than what that person is, or that person may look a certain way. We all need each other. We all have to work together. Countries are interdependent on each other. Canada, as big as it is, the United States with all its many resources, still rely on smaller countries to supply them with certain supplies or certain needs, labor, whatever it is. And so that is why when one thing happens, it affects the rest of the world. So right now, Russia is invading Ukraine. And we're as nervous as we all are, we also know that the fallout from that, if it escalates, is going to affect every country around the world. It's going to affect us financially, emotionally, and who knows what else might happen. So that just goes to show you that we are codependent on each other. We could say, okay, I don't live in Ukraine, so that has nothing to do with me. No. When war is going on wherever in the world, it's going to affect us. That's why this pandemic is so hard, because it started in one country and then it affects us all. So the point that I'm trying to put forward is that we have to learn in today's social world how to work together. Sometimes it's hard. You may not like the people at your job. Even sometimes in our family, we disagree. We may not see eye to eye, but we have to look at the bigger picture. And so learn to work together, because in unity, there is strength. And in today's world, we have a tendency where it's a meaness mentality. It's all about me. I don't care. Once I am satisfied, I'm okay. No, it doesn't work that way. And you know what? When you work together, everybody wins. And that's how it should be. You shouldn't feel as if you're settling or you're giving up something. If we all work together, then we all win. Many years ago, hundreds of years ago, before money entered the world, you had the barter system. And so the barter system was going about to find someone who had something that you want. So I may have sugar, but you need salt. And I realize, okay, maybe I don't need this sugar right now, or I don't need so much sugar. So I can give you some of my sugar. You give me some of your salt. Just an example. And then guess what? We both win, right? So it's the same thing. It hasn't changed really. It is about compromise without losing yourself, and at the same time working together. And I would like to add, because I feel that when we do work together, not only are we stronger, but also it gives us such a sense of satisfaction. It's amazing to me that human beings, who are supposed to be the highest forms of animals, yet still we are the most selfish. And we think that we can do it all by ourselves, all because we want the glory or what have you. But let's look in the animal kingdom. You don't see one lion hunting or one tiger. The elephants, they move in herds. You ever notice that? The hyenas, they go hunt together. Deers, the giraffes, in the animal kingdom, because they realize that if they stick together, then they know that if they come up against, say, a predator, then they're better able to fight off that predator as they defend each other. So therefore, let us be our brothers and sisters' keeper. Let us try to unite and realize that we're stronger together. Don't just go on social media and criticize someone because you can hide behind the internet or hide behind your social devices. Think before you comment and work as a team. Teamwork is very important. So I hope I can reach to someone today. If you're in a group, or you're on a team, whether your workplace, your family, and you're all trying to achieve something, if you find that you don't agree, then talk about it, but find a way to find a compromise where everybody wins. Because when you're together, as the saying goes, you can go so much further than going alone. Nobody wins by doing it all by themselves. And don't let anyone ever tell you that I did it all by myself. No, nobody does it all by themselves. There's always someone there, whether family, friend, someone that they don't know, someone help, because that's how it is. There's nothing that if you want to achieve that you're going to do it all by yourself. Independence really doesn't exist. You know, countries that are democratic, yes, they're independent, and they say that they're independent. No, they have to depend on other countries, because no country by itself have all the means or resources. Yes, some countries have more resources than others, but they're all interdependent. So I want you to think today about working as a team, because togetherness is very important, and that's our word for today. Simplicity CU is a lifestyle blog. Thank you again for your views, and thank you for subscribing. If you haven't done so yet, though, please subscribe. And until next time, let simplicity meet you where you are.